You're welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, branding focus, industry conversation, and all of this in a mix aimed at promoting the brand idea. My name is Dele Agadumo.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, branding focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
You're welcome to brand news on Marketing Edge on TV. Amber Energy Drink, a premium energy drink from the stable of Amber Drinks Limited, has said on its Twitter handle that it is sending love to its customers who can get creative to stand a chance to win an Amber Love Box in this Valentine season. The organizers stated that the Valentine giveaway Love Box will end Friday this week. Announcing the giveaway on its Twitter handle at Drink Amber, the company stated that customers can win the Amber Love Box by sending 5 most creative and funniest comments to someone they love and also saying the reason behind their love for the person. The tweet read, "We'll go first. Amber day for you." It continued, "Your comment should be in one sentence. Get creative. 5 most creative and funniest comments will be picked at random to win. You and your tagged loved one must follow at Drink Amber to win and no multiple answers." In line with its orphanage support and corporate social responsibility initiative, MTN Foundation is providing food items, beverages, washing machines, televisions, toiletries, and more to support orphanages across the country. This initiative is in line with the SDGs 1. No poverty, 2. Zero hunger, and 3. Good health and well-being. Over 200 orphanages and more than 20,000 children have benefited from the initiative. This year, 12 orphanages from across 8 states in Nigeria, namely Edo, Bayelsa, Ogun, Rivers, Abuja, Kaduna, Abia, and Kano have received donations from the initiative. The orphanages include Courage Orphanage, Daisy's Home, Jamia Mata Arewa Orphanage, Lady Dorcas Orphanage, Tower of Refuge Motherless Babies, among others. Both children and management of the orphanages expressed their gratitude to MTN for its support. In a bid to spread love to its customers, Smooth Chapman, a refreshing non-alcoholic soft drink, has announced its intention to use In Harmony Challenge to delight customers during and after Valentine's Day by giving a 50,000 naira gift voucher to winners of the challenge. The deadline for the gift voucher is set for February 26, 2021, and winners will be selected by Priye Isokari, CEO of Aristocrat Group. Announcing the Valentine gift voucher on its Instagram handle at Smooth Chapman, said that customers should sing their way to love and stardom to win the gift. The organizers said participants are expected to follow Smooth Chapman on his Instagram handle. You have to be following at Smooth Chapman and at In Harmony Challenge for your entry to count. The top 5 participants will win a 50,000 naira gift voucher and proceed to the knockout stage of the In Harmony Challenge. Then they can form their group of at least 4 members and stand a chance to win the 2.5 million naira grand prize. Hope PS Bank, a subsidiary of Unified Payment Services Limited and Nigeria's premier digital-first bank, has commenced free national identification number for Nigerians, including its esteemed customers in all designated enrollment centers located in its regional offices across the country and the head office in Lagos. Hope PS Bank has 7 regional offices across the geopolitical zones of the country located in Kano, Adamawa, Anambra, Oyo, FCT, Lagos, and Rivers State. Its head office is also located in Victoria Island, Lagos. Managing Director of the organization, Mr. Ayotunde Kuponi, stated that the bank was delighted to partner the federal government through the National Identity Management Commission on the NIN registration exercise, observing that these would afford Nigerians the opportunity to register and capture their biometrics seamlessly and quickly. On that note, we end Brand News on Marketing Edge on TV. Coming up next is Branding Focus. Stay with us.
You can now get points on MTN polls and exchange your points for free data. Dial *406# to join.
You're welcome to Branding Focus on Marketing Edge on TV. Before now, a few detergent brands such as Omo from the stable of Unilever, Elephant Blue from PZ Cousins, and Ariel from Procter & Gamble had dominant shelf presence. In recent times, however, the detergent segment had taken a new turn as more and more players emerged to take their fair share of the market. Since 1962, Omo's innovation has kept it relevant as one of Nigeria's favorite washing detergent brands, with the requisite marketing communication strategy and constant brand fortification and renewal for growth. Omo has built a solid space in the laundry detergent market through innovative product differentiation, as well as gained acceptance among individuals and families across different socio-economic class. Unfortunately, Elephant Blue detergent could not survive the stiff competition. In 1995, So Clean was introduced in economy parks by Eco Supreme Resources Limited, with the strategic intent of making it affordable for low-income earners among detergent users in Nigeria. Procter & Gamble's Ariel appeared on the detergent scene in 1998 with strong competition for Omo as the #1 laundry detergent then. It came with its Ariel's one-wash promise and without delay began to eat a sizable chunk of the market. With local production of Ariel kicking off in 2006, it became clear that there was a huge market opportunity for the product in Nigeria's laundry detergent market. Thereafter, Unilever also introduced Sunlight detergent into the Nigerian market. There are a whole lot of brands in the detergent sub-segment such as Good Mama, Flash, Bimbo, War, Jumbo, Jets, etc. But the stiff competition among key players has been attributed to the aggressive marketing strategy they employ. Though most of the indigenous manufacturers either do not have the financial resources to compete with the bigger brands in marketing or do not place as much importance on marketing as these big brands do, the choice of detergent, Brand is influenced not only by price, but by factors such as perceived effectiveness, popularity, and unique product features and location. The laundry detergent subsegment of Nigeria's fast-moving consumer goods (FMCGs) is still evolving as technological innovation is continually being infused into production. To gain a significant share of the laundry detergent market, it is critical that manufacturers have an in-depth understanding of its target customers and their buying behaviors. And although capital intensive, consumer intelligence is also highly rewarding. Also, improving and maintaining good customer relationship will strengthen loyalty, while more emphasis should be placed on targeting particular customer segments with targeted offers. It is equally important to know how to identify and respond appropriately with only the products that address consumers' needs. That was Branding Focus on Marketing Edge on TV.
Dear customer, link your Airtel number to your national identification number today. Here are easy ways you can do it. Dial *121*1# on your Airtel line and follow the prompts on the screen. Type in your 11-digit government-approved NIN number. You will receive a confirmation message to confirm your entry. You can also visit www.airtel.com.ng/NIN to link your phone number to your NIN. If you do not know your NIN, simply dial *346# to get it. No stress, no wahala.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
You're welcome to Industry Conversation on Marketing Edge on TV. And this week, our guest is Tunji Adeyinka. He's the Group Managing Director of the Republicom Group, a full-service agency and group with an inspired agenda to transform businesses in Africa by offering strategic business, marketing, and communication solutions to meet their needs of a new digital age. Tunji has worked on different brands in several sectors covering technology, telecommunications, FMCG, finance, and healthcare for over 28 years. The Republicom Group provides service covering communications, consulting, technology, and strategy. Tunji's work experience has spanned the agency's business, where he worked in MCNA, Saatchi & Saatchi, Tequila Nigeria, Rosabel, and Connect Marketing Services. He also has some experience in the telecommunications sector, where he worked for 7 years. Tunji has a master's degree in international relations from the University of Ife and an MBA from IESE Business School, Spain. His first degree was obtained in English and history from the same university. You're welcome to Industry Conversation.
Thank you very much. My first degree was actually obtained from the University of Ilorin.
That's the first degree, okay.
Yes, okay. But it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the same, we welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Now, we've been faced with a lot, especially from, let me just take it from 2020, I don't want to go further. 2020, we had COVID, we had protests, we had recession.
Yeah.
Now, how would you assess the national outlook of, for 2021, as against 2019 coming into 2020 where we had the pandemic?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. I will make some references to the NESG macroeconomic outlook for 2021 in answering that question. But what summarizes everything for me, I would say, is cautious optimism.
Okay.
Cautious optimism. And why do I say so? I say so because if you look at the last year, our economy pretty much from the second quarter went into a recession. By quarter two, we were dipped by 6.1%. That is minus growth, 6.1%, and quarter three, but minus 3.6%. And quarter four as well, the numbers are likely to be in that same direction. So effectively, we're in a recession. So, but as we enter 2021, there's certain things that we took from 2020 which are still with us in 2021. One of them is the COVID-19 outbreak, or the pandemic as it's referred to. So in 2020, when we had what you call the first wave, we had a lockdown across different nations or countries all over the world. But we've seen a second wave, which in terms of severity has been worse than the first wave. And we've seen the impact of that second wave on the economy. So really, what the NESG in their document, which they released a few days ago, is they're looking at things in three different perspectives, looking at worst case scenario, looking at business as usual, and looking at another scenario they call the best case. But the summary of those three is that they're projecting that if we have a worst case scenario, the economy would grow by about, again, negative growth, 2.5% negative, which means minus 2.5%. The business as usual, if we were to maintain business as usual, they believe that will grow by 0.9%. 0.9%. And the last one is that if things change, which is the third scenario, the best case, yes, they believe that the economy will grow by 2.9%. Now, the bigger problem with all of this is that our population growth is higher than all of these numbers, which means that there's no way that growth will be noticeable in terms of the economy. So, and the projections are the same. So the federal government is saying that maybe it's a 3.0%. That's what they're looking at, which is not too far from what the other organizations are saying. But the IMF is saying we'll grow at 1.5%. The World Bank says 1.0%. And of course, the other ones are there. But the major issue is that there are certain indices that have continued to grow, and which we've carried somewhat into 2021. And one of them is the strong unemployment numbers and poverty numbers that we have in Nigeria. Very unsustainable. And that is what is beginning to drive insecurity, as we begin to see from the different fringes. So for example, the World Bank says that in 2020, our number of poor people grew from 83 million to 90 million. So that is going to affect, again, it's going to affect several things. It's going to affect employment, it's going to affect the capacity of the consumers to buy products actively. And it's going to affect a lot of areas as well in the economy. So, which is why I said for 2021, as I say it, it's cautious optimism. So we're not out of the wood yet. We're still there. And if you look at the outlook for January, which someone put together as well, it's actually telling the same story, which we've seen from the last quarter into this quarter, or into this first month of the year. We're now in the second month of the year. And one of the reasons is because if you look at the way that we've been able to deal with COVID-19, we're still not doing well. If you look at the test, for example, Nigeria is yet to test up to 1% of its population. South Africa has already tested 13.89% of its population. Kenya has tested 2.19% of its population. The US has tested 94.6% of its population. Sweden has tested over 48.5% of its population. And Nigeria has tested 0.62% of its population. And The second indication is also the accessibility or the availability of vaccines, for which you can find in Africa that South Africa is already getting their first batch of vaccines. We are not yet there. So all of these are going to affect the way that 2021, especially quarter one, will look and would affect all of us as well.
Now, with all of these projections and the effect of the pandemic and the ineffectual provision of the vaccines, what do you think? How do you think that would affect advertising spend right now? We know that there was a reduction in 2020 because of the pandemic, and other countries are already looking at a second wave. They're already experiencing a second wave of the vaccine, of the pandemic. How do you think that would affect advertising spend for 2021?
Yeah, so it's likely to affect spend negatively, especially in the first quarter. Okay. And hopefully we'll start to see a pickup in the second quarter. But I dare say that there's some positive side to that, because we had a very big dip in 2020. The total advertising spend in 2020 was probably looking at media especially was around 350 million, which is much lesser than what this market actually spends. Therefore, what you find is that a lot of brands were looking to, after the first wave of COVID, they were looking to spend as we got out of the lockdown. Because again, the warehouses were full, they needed to stimulate demand, but the EndSARS protest then happened, and that caused another dip. But as it is, the first quarter, you're already seeing an uptick in spend, which is going up, but that is likely to still stay at figures that are not close to, say, 2018 figures, because there's a lot of challenges and also a lot of what you can call, when you find that people are not really sure about what is happening, when you have so much insecurity, when you have so much by way of unpredictability, when you have government policies that are not clear, and when you don't have a strong position in terms of where we're going, consumers hold back their money. And because consumers hold back their money, the brands will spend to an extent to try and get a rise. But at the end of the day, consumer spend is still negatively impacted. But as I said, the good thing is that we're going to see a better spend than we saw during the lockdown in that period of 2020.
Talking about government policies, do you think with the emergence of COVID-19, do you think there's been I don't want to say a reduction, maybe a slacking a bit of the government policies, and what do you think have been their effects on advertising spend, whether digital or outdoor? How has that affected the business?
Well, again, I go back to the numbers. If you go to the numbers and you see in 2020, some sectors, a lot of sectors were negatively impacted. The sectors that were positively impacted were the financial sector, the ICT sector, and then you had water supply, sewage, human health, social services, and then agriculture. But when you look at everything from electricity to manufacturing to travel to hotels and hospitality, they were negatively impacted. So, but what I think the opportunity we lost was that we had an opportunity with COVID-19 and with EndSARS to kind of reboot the system. But we have not seen government policies that are tending to reboot the system.
Okay.
And that will continue to affect investor confidence. If you look at inflow of foreign direct investment, of course, 2020 was not a good year for a lot of countries, but it was terrible for Nigeria, because even in, I think, 2019, countries like Ghana were attracting a higher FDI than Nigeria, even before we went into COVID. But the government policies have not been confidence inspiring enough, especially in the area of security. Especially in the area of security. We've had, of course, some parts in the north which have always been, having problems with insurgents. Lately, you have some issues here and there about herdsmen and the rest of them, which continues to affect agriculture, but also affect the outlook. But that is one of the things that the NESG is saying, and which is why, I really like what they put together, looking at 4 priorities for the Nigerian economy. And they highlighted what those priorities should be in terms of what government should be doing. And very clearly, those priorities are, the first priority that government should be doing is looking at macroeconomic stability.
Okay.
The second priority is looking at policy and regulation consistency. The third is sectoral reforms. And the fourth is human capital development. So it's critical that at a time like this, government acts decisively.
And that has been our package this week on Marketing Edge on TV. We have taken a look at brand news, branding focus, and of course, industry conversation. Be sure to join us next week when we bring you another package. My name is Dele Agadumo.